Okay, a ancestral cycle. Now, this is something that is all-encompassing. It has an aspect in every area of your life. Has been broken, has been cleared, has been transformed. Anubis is significant. The scales have been weighed and balanced. And not like it's the end of your journey or anything like that, but the work that you've been the work that you've been doing, and the karmic debts that you had, like, things have been balanced out. I have soil under my nail. Things have been balanced out now. In my dream, this is a dream message. In my dream, it was like a grouping of things. This will have it all encompassing. It will play a role in every aspect of your life. And when I woke up, there are a couple of things. You could be into plants, but there was a need to switch one of my plants to a bigger pot. So the environment, or the way that your energy existed before, it has outgrown that, and it has been transplanted. It has been moved to something that is more calibrated, more aligned with the balancing of these scales. The love, I was going to say the love chakra, and the heart chakra are significant, both red, green and pink, but also red, a very grounding of this energy. This is no longer something that you are working at. This is no longer something that is like far off. It is here. It is grounded into who you are. It's grounded into your energetic field because of the work that you've been doing to clear and clean up your karma. You could be somebody that is here to clean up karma. You're not here to create more karma. And if you're not sure about that, you can look into your human design. Whether you're a left or a right angle will tell you whether you are here creating your karmas or whether you are cleaning up past junk. This is for a collective that has a left hand there or a left angle. They are cleaning up past junks. They are correcting, they are learning the lessons, they are doing things differently this time. And there's a real anchoring in of the clearing of that and the transplant, the transition into this different state of being, which means this different way of life. And I think that this lunar eclipse, full moon lunar eclipse that is tonight, is really the culmination of that energy and why it came through the dream space last night. When I was getting some things done, there's also a clearing out with this ancestral and karmic debt clearing or cleaning up. I'm getting checks and balances, balancing it out. Like you balance out your checkbook, things are balanced now. It's no longer one way or the other. The ability to have healthier love poured into all of the areas because you have cleared out the debts and you know how to better, more healthily manage that love. It's no longer something that's going to be obsessive or over-consuming or distracting. It's something that is, it's a love, self-love, outside love. It's a love that is very balancing all together. There's been like a pruning away of the things that you didn't need anymore, that you don't need anymore moving forward. Just a second. 434. All right, that pruning away, and my plant caught my distraction, or caught my attention. As I was getting things prepared to come out here to do this, as the message was building, Unakite, which is also heart chakra healing stone, could be significant, but also my rose quartz. They both were like not in their right place, right? Just kind of in the open and middle. So open in the middle of things for me to see. So those two stones could, those two stones could have something to do with, they could be signs for you. Maybe you need those stones. Garnet has also been big on grounding. Rosemary. Again, with making your own so that it's your energetic signature, your own oils, your own cleansing waters. This may have tied into that 48 hours. People may have had 48 hours to make things right, to correct things, to be able to stay in some kind of alignment. But it looks like it came down to more like 24 hours. Because collective, if this is resonating for you, you've absolutely been moved. You do have a lot of watchers taking note of this. Both physical world, physical realm watchers on both sides of the spectrum, happy about it and not happy about it. But you also have a lot of spiritual watchers that are as I say, spiritual watchers that are monitoring the progress I'm getting. This is real big on ancestral line, I've got like tingles through my legs. And it's real big on ancestral lineage or line. On the maternal side specifically. Okay, we've got the 9th house, Sagittarius, also Jupiter, expansion. This is definitely a growing. This is definitely a breaking out of a mold or a box, a container that you no longer fit in because of the work that you've done. You are now ready for a bigger pot. Ready for a bigger pot. Outer circle, it came in reverse. Okay, what else do you have for the collective? No. So some people that you have cut, because outer circle came out in reverse, I'm going to take it as they're not in your circle at all. Like they don't even have outer, they have to watch, they have to lurk from the sidelines with strangers. They're not in any kind of circles that you have. They may be in gilded regret over the way that they treated you. This, black flower fragrance for me, 16 or 7 for me is like energetically keep your eyes open, pay attention, be aware. But it's, this card for me is that like unhealthy love, that obsessive and controlling, very caging, dominating type of connection or love. They do have regret over the way that they treated you. I'm going to put both of these back, all the 3 of these back, because I don't want to focus too much on them. They may be in some kind of regret over the way that they handled you, collective. However, and I was thinking, saying treated, and then handled came out. So take that as it resonates. Some of you that will mean something specific, as a fly is like right up in my face right now. But it's gilded. Okay. So although internally they may have regrets over how they treated you externally they're wearing gold and that well curated mask. They're not letting anyone else know, yeah, I actually miss Collective. Yeah, I actually do regret the way that I treated Collective. I regret not handling Collective in a better way. And these could have been people that were more like handlers. They were there to keep you bound to a state of being that you were trying to grow out of. Or it can be more literal, they were told to handle you by others. That happens a lot in family systems. Like, I'm gonna get out of the conspiracy. I'm not gonna dive into the conspiracy, that part of it. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. But when you have dysfunctional family systems and the scapegoat leaves, the one that's gonna close these cycles leaves, there is typically one family member by the head that is, hey, go try to bring them back, keep them, scattered. And it may not be such a direct order. It may not be them verbally telling them, go keep them in line, go handle them, go try to keep them tied to us in that aspect. But that's absolutely the relationship that is portrayed, because they are walking the line between the people that you have walked away from because there were not healthy ties. It was not working. They walk the line between you and them, so they're feeding information but making you believe that it's not a fence walking situation, when absolutely is. And I see those people as handlers. They are handling the people that they are staying connected to and feeding information back to. They're handling it. They're the go-between. All right. Denial, refusal to see the truth. All right. And those handlers, the ones who walk the fence, the ones who play the games, the ones who are still in a codependent people-pleasing cycle where they will throw any and everybody under the bus to make sure that they have a spot, they're in denial of what is taking place right now. All right, source, clear out those, because I don't want this message to be all about the people that don't have the ability to face their emotions. They're still masking it. I want to focus on the collective, please. Okay, Pluto. As I'm saying, I want to focus. I'm going to put these two cards back. I'm going to keep tangible out. I'm going to put these two cards back. As I'm saying that, we have Pluto come out and forgetting oneself. 717 could be significant, or 87, 78. Countdown or progression. Need for control, an obsession with a power struggle. And this flipped over by these that I said I was going to put back. These people that are in gilded regret, that are wearing the mask, they do have regrets over the way that things went, but they're not showing anybody, is because they have this power struggle over trying to keep you, handle you, and prevent you, 1331 on the timer, prevent you from being your true self. They are still trying to do that, which is why they can't show anybody this regret that they have inside, because what they're doing with their denial is, no, I don't believe the collective has actually done that work. I don't believe the collective has actually changed. I don't believe that people can change. We're born with our stripes. We're born with our spots. We can't change those, because they don't want to change them. So people that don't want to change, people that stay rooted in who and what they've been, they will take that stance. People can't change because they've never changed. So they want to hold on to this state of, no, collective is exactly who I've said they've been. They're exactly who they were in the past. Nothing has changed, hoping that they can reverse the tangible results and get you to forget who you are again. It's this deniable, it's this refusing to see the truth. Some people are still rooted and stuck in this place of, if I don't see it, it didn't happen. If I refuse to acknowledge it, it's not true. And unfortunately, that's just not the way that the world works. Whether you want to admit it or not doesn't really matter. if it is true, it is going to exist with or without these people's acceptance of it. And I believe that that's what this energy was, because in the dream, and it was like a bubble of energy, no matter what was happening in the dream, this bubble of energy was attached to. So it was like, this may have not gone well, or this may be, but things are now different. It was very much a, you collective are now different. You have energetically cleared out. You have energetically pruned what no longer needs to be there. You have paid those debts in experiencing certain things, learning the lesson, not repeating the cycles. And this is your new environment. This is your new energetic signature, if you will. Calling the storm. And Queen of my worlds. And we've got 3, 2, 4. Calling the storm in reverse. You are no longer calling in the chaos. You're not doing that anymore. With the baby elephant. You're not doing that anymore. This is just, I don't know what they put on there. It just circles different photography. So I think it really speaks to something that's the first time I've seen that one, that is coming out during this. You are the queen of your world. You're no longer calling in the chaos. You're no longer calling in the repeated cycles. You're no longer calling in the people that have these deep-seated emotions but want to hide it behind a mask of not caring if everything's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's beautiful and rosy over here, when really they've got all this turmoil inside of them. You're like, no, keep that away from me. I've already worked through that. You go work with your emotions. I've worked with mine. I know mine. I don't allow the storms to come through like that in the same manner anymore. Storms that come through now are external, not internal, and they come through to help clear the way. They come through to help bring something, to take things out and bring in new, to cleanse. Oh yeah. We've got Taurus and tangible results. This is a very stable, you're moving into a very stable energy. A very, I'm the queen or king of my queen or kingdom, and I'm going to keep everything as such. Like, we're not going to play these games anymore. We're not doing it. I don't have time for that. $15 or 6. Now we've got 6, 7, 8 or 7, 8, 6. Masquerade in reverse. We're no longer hiding and masking. We are our authentic self. And I just want to say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. North Node and Jupiter. This is the dream energy right here. All right, we're done with these cards. Obsession in reverse. This collective, you've put down the obsessive energy, the obsessive behavior, the thinking that it's seeing others in this obsessive behavior with you. You're not seeing it as flattering anymore. You're not seeing it as endearing and, ooh, they really care. You're not seeing it as that anymore. You're seeing it as toxic. You're seeing it as unhealthy. You're seeing it as unstable. And you're like, no, I'm not. We don't want those storms anymore. We don't want that kind of energy anymore. The only thing that we want obsession over here is obsession with being our better self, obsession with being better tomorrow than we were today or yesterday, being constantly changing and growing and evolving, obsession with what is the how good can I get at what I'm doing, learning, evolving, growing. There's this very putting away those immature, I'm going to call them immature obsessions of overindulgence and having people be the obsession. If anything, you're obsessed with learning to love and cultivate you. You're obsessed with pouring that love into you so that you can pour that love out into the world in whatever you're creating. And that is this dream energy. It is North Node energy, learning the lessons, being able to move into a different way of life, a different existence, which is bringing expansion. And Jupiter does go direct, I believe, the 10th or 11th of March. And I think that is going to... all of this, it's been in retrograde for a while, for a hot minute. So all of this internal expansion that's been going, I feel is going to bloom external, right? Starting now as it's going into being direct, and then thereafter. It's going to, I just heard it's going to be a big boom. Like it's going to, these flies just right in my face. It's going to be surprising to those who did not realize what you've been doing internally. And it may even be surprising to you to see this very Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups journey expand in this way, because it has been that slow and steady. But the Masquerade in reverse, what I was going to say, 11:11 on the clock. What I was gonna say is being your authentic self, being transparent and genuine does not mean that you have to share everything with everyone. That's not what that means. Not to me anyway. If that's the definition in someone's book or that, cool. For me, being authentic and genuine and transparent means I'm not going around manipulating people to get my way. I'm not going around lying. I'm not going around pretending like I'm something I'm not. No, none of that. It doesn't mean I have to share everything. It doesn't mean I have to be my most vulnerable self with everyone in every situation. That would be detrimental to one's health. That would make you a mark. Yes. It's showing up as your authentic self, living up to your core values, your core ethics, and showing up as that person, not going against your beliefs, not going against your morals and values, not going against who you are as a person. If you come across a situation or a person where you're like, yeah, I cannot be my full emotional, you are not emotionally safe for me, you can still be genuine and authentic without showing your emotional vulnerability to that person, without being openly vulnerable with that person. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you realize that you can't trust somebody with what you say and what you're working on and that type of thing, you don't share that with them. You don't have to lie about it. You don't have to manipulate. You don't have to be somebody you're not. You're still being genuine and authentic. You're just not giving them all of you, all of the information. People seem to think that being vulnerable, being transparent, being authentic and your genuine self means that you have to share every crook and crevice inside of you with everyone and everything that you encounter. And that's just not it, in my opinion. For me. That's not it. You can be your genuine and authentic self and still know who to share what with and who you can be vulnerable with and who you shouldn't have any contact with at all. All right. Okay. Creation deck again. So if you're struggling with Well, I have to be this way with this person. Okay. Is what you're being genuine to who you are as a person? If you're pretending, if you're spiritual and you're around people where you have to pretend like you're not spiritual at all, that would be inauthentic. That would be wearing a mask. Ask yourself, why do you have to be around those people? If you have to be around those people for periods of your day, periods of your life, because of whatever you have going on that forces that, okay, that's probably not going to be healthy for you, a workout long run. I'm just going to say that. However, if you have to do certain things for a period of time because you have to get through something, say you're taking a class, okay, and you know that teacher is hyper religious, anti anything outside of their religion, and you have a 6-month course with them. You just don't talk about your spirituality in that class. You get through the class, you get what you needed from the class for your degree, for your certification, for your whatever, and you continue on. Are there moments where you don't show yourself because of situations like that and it not being safe, it not being academically fair for you to do that? Yeah, you can. If it's something that's short term and you're going to get, you need it for a credit, you need it for hours, you need it for whatever you need it for, okay? That's different than having a family system or a group system where you have to hide yourself. Your family doesn't like your beliefs, so you pretend like you are something else in front of them. That is a relationship. That is a long-term connection. That is going to cause interference in your life because you are faking. You are pretending. If your family or your friend group don't like who you are as a person, why are you still there? And your beliefs and your likes and your way that you like to dress, your avatar, are all a part of you. If they don't like that and they can't accept you as you are, then why do you want or need a relationship with them? Put aside the titles. I don't care about the titles. I don't care. I don't care what kind of title it is. Earthly title, spiritual title. I don't care what the title is. If you cannot be yourself in front of them, you need to ask why you are nurturing that connection. Why are you having that connection? And I don't say this as someone who doesn't know what it feels like to be no contact and to be an island and all of that, because I do. I've been no contact with all of my family, majority since 2021, and with the lingering ones since 2022. I don't have connection because I was shown repeatedly over long periods of time they only like me if I can show up the way that they want me to show up. They only accept me if I can follow in this box, and I'm not going in those boxes. And if they ever want to have a connection with me and they want to accept me for who I am and put aside what they've got going on and what they think and all of that about me, cool beans. We can investigate that. But I speak about 28 just passed. I speak about choosing you and leaving these connections from a place of have done it myself. Okay? I never tell others to do something or advise or bring about something like this that I haven't done myself. The way that I deliver information is from personal experience. What I've personally been taught, from what I've walked through, what I've experienced, and how my team and source has navigated me through it. So if you're sitting there like, I can't cut them off their family, you need to look at what role they're playing in your life, and if they are bringing about, are they helping you get closer to where you want to be, or are they tying you to somewhere that you used to be? Okay? Just because they're family does not mean they are forever connections. And I've said this over and over in the past. If they genuinely love you and care about your well-being, they will adapt. They will want you to be happy, even if it doesn't look the way that they thought it should look. Because they don't care about the look of things. They care about your genuine happiness. They care about your genuine health. And if you are happy and healthy and thriving, then people who genuinely love you will be happy with that. Will it take some getting used to? Will they have to, figure out how to get used to that? Yeah. I'm not saying that there's not a process. But if you have to pretend who you are to be accepted by family, you need to ask, is that really a family you want to be a part of? All right. That kind of went off track. So this may be for somebody who's outgrowing their dynamics family-wise as well. And you may need to make some choices, or the way that you are living moving forward will make the choices for you. It may be a situation where you cannot show up the way that you used to for these connections. All right, Source. What else? Three of Cups, celebration in the upright, justice in reverse, and the world in reverse. North node. These fell right on top of the North node. This is giving somebody celebrated their injustices and old cycles that they thought that they kept open way too soon. Give me more about this. Fortune's wheel in reverse. And Six of Cups reverse, nostalgia in reverse. Okay. We're gonna have to get a different deck. No? All right. People counted you out too soon, collective. Way too soon. 1. 2, you're going to be celebrating while the injustices that others have created, that cycle with them, not with you, but with them, is going to stay open. Nostalgia in reverse, Six of Cups reversed is giving like, it's happening now. And the Wheel of Fortune in reversed is giving, while you are celebrating this advancement, this good fortune, this expansion, there are going to be others that are stuck in an open cycle of injustices that they caused. So while you move to the top of the wheel, others will be moving to the bottom of the wheel. Not because you did anything, but because they refused to do something. Page of Swords reversed, and they are watching. Like, watching. I did talk about watchers earlier in the reading. Both spiritual and people. But I'm also getting with Page of Swords reversed. Page of Swords in the upright is observing, gathering information, potentially even learning. So in reverse, they're not learning. Denial, only refusing to see the truth. So they're watching, but only for confirmation bias. They're watching only to see things. It's almost like they've got lenses where they can only see things that confirm what they believe because they are willfully sitting in denial about the turning of tables. Three of Wands reversed. Oh, what they expected to come in for them is not coming in. Give me more. What is this Three of Wands? Double World in reverse, bro. Double World in reverse. Someone, collective, because you close this cycle out, because you have successfully transitioned into a new energetic signature, somebody is trapped in the injustices that they were doing. The cycles are not closing for them. Meaning everything that they've been putting out for their gain, like anything that they've been trying to call in for themselves, is stopped. Because they have open cycles where they were trying to hurt and destroy others. Where they were actively calling in storms for others. Christmas is now coming up. Something could have started happening around Christmas 2025. Knight of Cups reversed and the Hermit. I just got their rejection was your protection. Their rejection sent you on the best journey of your life, collective. Because if you would have stayed tied to whoever these people are, and it feels like people, not person, you would have not had the capacity, the room, energetically to explore what you have been able to energetically explore, because you would have had them gunking things up and causing distractions. Four of Wands. Their rejection is part of the reason that you are celebrating with this stable foundation right now. And not because, oh, they gave you a celebration and they gave you a, not because they gave it to you. Okay. Their rejection was the catalyst for you being able to go on this journey and for you to have the room to create celebration and stability, foundational stability, a happy home, a happy connection within yourself and others. And again, this doesn't have to be one person or romance. This feels like a group. The Hanged Man, their rejection is what freed you. It pushed you out of a comfort zone that if they would have stayed, you would have been comfortable enough that if you would have continued growing and evolving, it would have been minute compared to what you've done in this group's absence. This feels like family or people that called themselves family, that made you believe that they were safe like family. I'm getting, it's time to, oh, my nose is itching. It's time to thank Source, thank God, thank the Divine for everything that they didn't give you that you wanted, that you asked for. Thank you for the unanswered prayers. The things that I thought that I wanted then, thank you, because I wouldn't be where I'm at now if I would have gotten that. King of Pentacles, reverse, and the Judgment. Yeah. Somebody who was greedy, selfish, self-centered, thought everybody was out after their fortune, their wealth, their stability. They're facing judgment. They are at a crossroads. They are at a place in their journey, and this feels like the head of a group. It could be a earth sign masculine. What are the earth signs? Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. It could be an earth sign masculine, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be somebody that was so consumed with monetary gain and monetary stability that they saw everyone as trying to take it, because they were so hyper focused on it that everyone else had to have been too, because that's how they are inside, so they project that onto others. This group and this leader are at a crossroads. Cycles will not be closed. They will not have what they're waiting for to come in for them until they make right and close these cycles. And make right is in the eye of the Creator. Woo! 10 of Wands. This group, it could be a leader and 3 other individuals that were directly connected to this. They're heavily burdened. And all of that wealth and potential money that they were worried about is being scattered. They may be having expenses coming up that they didn't expect. Repairs that they didn't expect. I don't wish this on anyone, but they could be having health issues that they didn't expect that's causing either a loss of time at work, less money, or it's causing payments they're having to pay for. I just got rehab. And not only like the substance misuse rehab, but like physical rehab. That stuff is expensive. Chiropractor, physical therapy. Ooh. 7 of Pentacles reversed. It's giving you reap what you sow. In this card, it's paint the roses red. So whatever they were trying to paint as something else, it didn't take hold. The roses are not, in fact, red. They are white. Oh, bro. We got double Wheel of Fortune in reverse out here now, too. So bad luck. Things not going in their favor. Speeding tickets, flat tires, car accidents, forgetting about a speeding ticket. Now you've got to go to court and pay fines and that type of thing. If they use substances, legal ramifications for using substances while driving. And we've got the Five of Wands. So whoever this leader is, King of Pentacles reversed, and this group, because I did say it was group, whoever they are fighting amongst themselves because of the bad luck that is now happening because of what they've been doing to others. Because of the injustices that they have caused others. And they are watching the ones that they have caused injustices to celebrate and have stable foundations. This is giving Wheel of Fortune in the upright. This is giving luck, destiny, fated path, while they are watching because of the injustices that they caused. Collective, if you, Nine of Swords in reverse, you are definitely nodding your head about this. You probably don't even think about this group or these people. The Tower in reverse. Yeah, this isn't something that's even on your radar. Collective, you have done tremendous things to reach this place of celebration and tangible results showing up. We've got double expansion energy out here with Jupiter and the 9th house. We've got stability, material world, and the North Node. You have done tremendous work to get on this path, okay? Celebrate, but stay aware, because you do have people that intentionally, unintentionally are sending you energy and pulling on your energy because they are watching you, because of the conflict and chaos that they have created, the bad luck and misfortune that they have created in their own lives because of the injustice. And if it was one greedy person who didn't see others honestly and truthfully because they're not honest and truthful with themselves, that turned, where did it go? That turned a group against someone to do injustices, you're going to have a lot of people that are not happy, that are not liking what they see. Okay? And when people focus on your energy in any kind of way, that can interfere with you if you don't know energy and you're not protecting yourself, which if you've gotten into North Node and Jupiter and 9th house and Taurus and tangible results, I highly think you do. I think you know a lot about energy, yes. Then make sure that you are being aware and mindful of your actions and your environment, because when energy cannot affect you, it will affect the things around you. Things breaking, tripping over things. You're not normally clumsy, tripping over things. Accidents happening with the people that are in your home around you. Accidents happening with other living things around you, okay? It's because that energy isn't able to get to you, but it's so concentrated that it's lingering in the environment. So you may want to, I did talk about making your own cleansing water. You may want to create some kind of daily ritual where you are cleansing the air a couple times a day. I would do it, you know, in the rising, maybe midday before you go to bed. In the rising, midday before you go to bed. And make that something that is your part of your hygiene, part of your spiritual energetic hygiene routine, so that you are making sure that none of this energy gets gunked up in your environment, okay? I think we're gonna, okay. Ooh! Bottom, just pulled it out, bottom of the deck is Bluebird Spirit, good news. Let this message of hope inspire you to keep going and lend your support to others. So you've got definitely good news on its way. This expansion is going to hit your life, I think, in a way that is going to be definitely surprising to others, but it's going to be surprising to you as well. Dragonfly spirit, perspective, be flexible and willing to change direction if needed to get a broader view of things. And you have absolutely done that. Ooh, spider spirit. That spider energy has been coming through here a lot through the channel. Dreamweaver, practice the powerful art of attraction to draw in and capture opportunities. All right, collective, I'm going to leave this here. Congratulations. If you need guidance on your own personal journey, feel free to book a session with me. For the cross watchers, you can close out these cycles and stop this bad luck by taking accountability for the injustices that you caused and correct path. Heal. Correct what you've done. Happy healing.